Hi everyone, and welcome back to Holistic Coaching with Shari. My name is Shari and I'm a holistic nutrition and health coach passionate about everything holistic. So on this first video, I thought we would dive right in and tackle a fairly large topic, our mindsets. I plan on challenging what you believe the mind is and what role it has in our overall health and wellness. So are you ready? Let's dive right in. The first thought I want to explore with you is the idea that the mind and the brain are not the same thing. We often use these terms interchangeably, but they are in fact two separate things. The mind is where we do all of our thinking, choosing, and feeling, right? So all of our thinking, choosing, feeling come from the mind. Whereas the brain is the physical part of our body, which the mind can work through. I'll give you some percentages to further back this up. And these percentages, when I first heard them, completely blew me away. 99% of who we are is our minds. And the other 1% is our body and our brain. Together they make our holistic whole, but 99%, a whopping 99% of who we are is our minds. This means that in order to make our bodies work properly, we need to get our mindsets right. And this is no easy task. So this is huge in so many ways, where it affects us in our health and our wellness, in our nutrition, for example, right? In the amount of nutrients that you are going to absorb, that your body is going to absorb from the foods that you are eating are all decided by the mind. You could be eating the healthiest meal of organic foods, beautiful colors, fresh dark greens, all of it. You could be having the healthiest meal you could ever imagine. If you're toxic while eating that meal in any way, if you're having any toxic thoughts, if you're feeling anger or jealousy or sadness or you are stressed or you're overthinking something or you're worrying about something, your body is going to miss out on 80% of the nutrition from that meal. It's huge. It's such a large number. When we're talking about fitness, right, and we're trying to develop a new fitness routine, we need to, it's not just about finding the program or finding the community and then making that decision to do the workouts. That's only part of it. You then have to show up. You have to show up on the days that you don't feel like it. You have to show up on the days that you didn't get enough sleep. You have to show up on the days where life just keeps throwing things at you and you don't think that you have the time or the space for it that day. You have to show up, and that it takes incredible willpower and decisive decision making, and all of that comes from our mind. So there's a doctor named Dr. Caroline Leaf, and she talks a lot about the mind being 99% of who we are. And what she has said is that our brain is designed to monitor our mind. I'm reading because I want to get the quote right. Our brain is designed to monitor our mind every 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds of the day, our brain is designed to monitor our mind. So that's 6 times per minute that we are basically checking in with our mind and seeing what we are thinking, feeling, choosing. So each one of those, the idea is that each one of those times is an opportunity and a chance to change our thought process, to change what we are thinking, choosing, and feeling. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, but the idea that we have that many times during the day, that many opportunities to start to change our mindsets is really hopeful, because it says that over time, little changes, right? Changing, just becoming more aware of what we are thinking, choosing, and feeling can have dramatic effects on how we start to shift our habits to more healthy ones. We have the power to do this, right? Quantum physics, epigenetics, and so many other science-based research and all kinds of different research is telling us that we have the power to change our thoughts. And when we change our thoughts, we change our life. We change our life. And each one of us have the power to do this. I have seen the effects of it in my own life. And I'm someone who comes from a place of being very, very set in a lot of negative thought patterns, a lot of old stories that it got to the point that I didn't even know why I was thinking certain things, feeling certain things, choosing certain things, but I was. And it was only in becoming aware of these things, of these thoughts, of what I was choosing, thinking, and feeling, that I was able to begin to change them. It's still a work in progress. I think that's the point, is that we're always a work in progress, but it's a very vital work that's needed in order to obtain our optimal wellness, health and wellness. And now the how. How do we start to change our mindsets? We already know, we can see that it's vital. It's really important. How do we do it? Well, the first step, like I said, is to start to notice our thought process, our thought patterns, notice what we're thinking, choosing, and feeling, and start to shift them. Now, how do we do that, right? Well, I just finished reading a book called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And in that book, he tackles the idea that we need, in order to master our thoughts and our mindsets, we need to become observers of our thoughts. And lots of the masters of our time and of times before us have said the same thing, or a version of it, which is that we are not our minds. And so in order to master our thoughts, we need to recognize that we're not our minds, and we need to take the role of observer. So the suggestion is made in the book to start paying attention to what you're thinking in the time, let's say, while you're taking a shower. And why while you're taking a shower? Because it's amazing how many thoughts we can have while taking a shower. We're kind of away from all distractions, we're alone, and so it's a good time to start practicing this, because it's a practice. Again, it's not something that we're going to master, that any one of us would master overnight. It is a practice, and it's about being consistent in this practice. And so it's really, I really encourage you guys to try this, because it's truly interesting if you can take a step away and sort of be aware of what you are thinking. There are so many different thoughts that cross your mind in any given minute. It's ridiculous. And so that's the first step, because once you are able to observe your thoughts, then you can start seeing which ones are serving you, and start making connections to, when I'm thinking this way, when I'm thinking this particular thought, I'm not feeling very good, or it brings on anxiety, or it makes me worry, or I get really angry or irritable. And once we start drawing the connections between what we are thinking and how we are reacting based on what we're thinking, total game changer. I promise it's a game changer. And so often I'll have clients come and see me, and they tell me that they're trying to eat, they're eating pretty well, and they're trying to get enough sleep, and they exercise, and yet they're not as healthy as they can be, or they're experiencing certain symptoms, gut issues, autoimmune stuff, stress, anxiety, heart palpitations, things that all kinds of different illnesses and symptoms and disorders, and it always requires a deeper look at what's going on within the mind, because we could be checking off all the quote-unquote healthy things that we're supposed to be doing, but if our thoughts are not right, if our mindset is not right, if we are holding on to past traumas, thought processes, old stories that we have on repeat about ourselves, or others, or life, or relationships, if we have any of it, and it hasn't been resolved, and it's stuck within our hearts, because that's where those types of things, the energy of it gets stuck in our hearts when we don't deal with it, and we try to push it down and push it down and push it down. It never goes away. And like Dr. Caroline Leaf had said, if you don't get it out, it goes in. And I resonate with that so much. I see it all the time in my clients, and I've dealt with it in my own life. I see it in myself. I see it in family. I see it in friends. I see it in people. We're all people, and we're all individuals, and we all deal with things differently. But there's that commonality of when we don't deal with the hard stuff, and we try to push it away, it only goes in. And then what happens over time, when we're not dealing with it, is it's going to start to manifest in physical symptoms, physical illnesses, even chronic illnesses. And so it's critical. It's critical to start going within, observing our thoughts, and then how do we manage them once we know them? If we know that we've been pushing away some really difficult feelings about surrounding a trauma that we've had, the best thing that we can do for it is not try to physically push away because, okay, now I know it's here and I need it out of me because it's not good. And so, okay, yes, this happened and now I can push it away. There's no fast forwarding through it. There's no detours, shortcuts. It does not exist when it comes to matters of the heart, right? We have to look at them. We have to sit with those feelings. Most often than not, it's been my experience, both personally and professionally, that when you give those difficult feelings the time they need, when you acknowledge that they're there, yes, I feel this way. I'm feeling sadness over this. This really hurt me. Or this really, I really felt betrayed in this moment. Or I was really disappointed. I expected more. Whatever it is, whatever the situation, even more intense heartbreak over the loss of someone that we love. So many different traumas and experiences that will come up. Whatever they are, I believe that the way to finally face them and let them go is to give them that time, is to bravely sit with those uncomfortable feelings. And that's how we start to let go of the toxicity within us, and the toxicity mentally that we're feeling and experiencing, and oftentimes we don't even know it, has a huge effect on our physical health and wellness. That is the mind, body, spirit connection. So I'm going to leave you with this thought today. It's well within our power to change the way that we respond to the world. We can observe the way we're responding to the world, and then we can shift the way that we respond to our world. If this video served you, then please click like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, share it with anyone you think it would serve, and look forward to seeing you all next week.